Words aren't typically intended to be offensive when they are used, like when they're created, right? I want to avoid saying certain things, but basically what I'm trying to say is there's a word and people use it, and then a few years later they say, hey, that word's racist or insensitive or, ableist, whatever, and they change it. And then the new word becomes offensive. And that's what we're seeing right now with this story. Student government VP faces calls to resign after political Facebook post. What could she possibly have said that would cause people to demand her resignation? She used the phrase illegal alien because it's racist and it's offensive, but it's the actual legal term used in legal documents. Why is that offensive? All right, so here's the story. A student leader at Emporia State University in Kansas used the phrase illegal alien on her personal Facebook page and is now facing a wave of backlash, including calls for her to resign from her student government position. Prior to Election Day, November 6, Michaela Todd, vice president of the student government, a staunch supporter of Kansas gubernatorial candidate Chris Kobach, posted a message of her support for her candidate of choice. In it, she described how she believed Kobach was the best choice because of his views on abortion, taxes, and illegal immigration. Put Kansas first, not illegal aliens, Todd wrote. The millions of dollars spent on public welfare for illegal aliens in Kansas hurts Kansas taxpayers every single day. And so then we have this image here. Campus Reform slapped their big old logo right on it. And yeah, she says illegal aliens right around here. But the phrase illegal alien didn't sit well with some students who took screenshots and shared them across social media, calling Todd's comments racist and ignorant. Quote, oh God, quote, it has come to our attention that the VP of Astoria State ASG has made incredibly hurtful, racist, and frankly ignorant remarks, the Multicultural Greek Council at ESU tweeted Wednesday, adding that Todd does not represent us, and we hope that Emporia State takes the measures needed to show us that she does not represent ESU either. My God. Legal terms. Words, too offensive, can't be spoken. Everything's offensive all the time to someone, somewhere. No matter what you do, you're going to be offensive. And this, to me, looks like it's actually a fear of the potential for backlash, not even the backlash itself. This is a backlash due to the fear of a backlash. They're not saying, hey, we're offended by this. They're saying that is offensive to someone else, and we're upset, and you shouldn't say it. It doesn't represent us. I think they're coming out and saying this because they're scared someone will accuse them of being racist. They said, gender identity, disability status, race, and ethnicity. We are accepting of everyone regardless of if they have some pieces of paper or not. We accept and support our undocumented brothers and sisters attending ESU. It's so cringy what college has become. I am so disgusted at the fact the VP of Emporia State ASG promotes these racist and revolting ideas. Another student tweeted, my God, can I just pull up Wikipedia? Alien, in law, an alien refers to any person who is not a citizen or national of a given country. Though definitions and terminology differ to some degree, the term alien includes a foreign national and a refugee or asylum seeker. It is not an offensive word. It literally just refers to people who aren't citizens. But colleges have become such terrifyingly sensitive places. It's like, I feel like a good analogy for college would be if you built a house or a building and put everybody with a sunburn in it, and nobody wants to touch, and they're all just pink and kind of scared, and you poke and they go, ah! That's what college is. Like you say a legal term that's in Wikipedia, that's in legal documents to represent an idea, and everyone loses their minds. And this person tweeted about it. And Kayla Gilmore, whose Facebook profile lists her as an Emporia State University alumna, who now works for the college, posted on Facebook calling on student leaders to hold themselves accountable for what? For saying a legal term! And for the administration to hold them accountable should they fail. And this is why I'm so glad I didn't go to college. I'm a high school dropout, did you know that? I've always viewed college as a complete and utter waste of time. And one of the main reasons has nothing to do with this absurd, psychotic, outrage culture, oppression Olympics, and oversensitivity that these people exhibit. It was mainly because there's just no point to go to college. Seriously, I mean, look, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to actually work in academia like as a scientist or something, sure, okay, college makes sense. But why would most people go to college for like dance theory or music business? And I'm singling out music business on purpose because I managed a band that opened for some big acts when I was a teenager, because I played in a band and I'd help set up shows and stuff like that. And I knew somebody who spent 3 years in college for music business who had never organized anything having to do with music business at all, nothing. And I'm like, why are you in school if you're not actually doing anything in this career? And the response was typically from people like, oh, but once I get a degree, I can get a good job. And the actual record labels that like most record labels, the attitude was, if you're in school, you do not have the time required to bust your ass and you cannot work here. Sure, when you graduate, maybe, but here's the other problem. My friends would graduate college, they'd have, $40,000 in debt, and they would say to these companies, I must get paid this amount of money to pay off my loans. And they would go, but we hired the 18-year-old with more experience and they wanted less pay because they don't have debt. College, waste of time. But let's carry on, because it's not about money. Yeah, I'll talk about money in a second, but let's talk about the complete and utter culture of insanity. How will these people survive in the real world? What do they think is going to happen? They think they're going to go out to the store one day, and the guy who said there's going to be some guy in front of him in line, and he's going to be like, I just don't like illegal aliens. And they're going to say, excuse me, you can't use that language. I'm going to talk to the store owner. The store owner's going to be like, I don't care what he says. He's minding his own business. Does he have money? Great. He's a customer. Like, the real world doesn't operate this way. There's no daddy figure. There's no authority you're going to run to and proclaim that someone's being offensive. They'll laugh. I was in New York. There was a pro Bernie Sanders protest. And there were a bunch of people, standing around chanting. Some dude runs up, some Latino guy, with a Trump hat on and starts yelling for Trump while shaking his arms. And they immediately all got really angry and started yelling, get out of here, go away, you bigot, you racist. And so one of the women at this protest, she walks over to the police and she says, can you get this man out of here? And there was a female officer and she goes, no, I mean, what do you want me to do? And the protester said, he's disrupting us, he's disrupting our protest, he's yelling, you need to remove him. And the cop was like, he's just yelling, like he's allowed to yell. And so they had a back and forth, and then finally the cop goes, you notice how you're yelling really loud and annoying everybody? He's doing the exact same thing, and I can't arrest either of you for it. And then she made like a sassy remark, like, if you want to keep bothering me, we can arrest you for disturbing the peace or something. And so she walked back over, and she's like, I'm gonna call your supervisor and have them come down here. They don't seem to realize, it was like young college kids. When you're standing out there yelling, the other people can do the same thing. And this is what I see so much from these young people. They think they have a right to stop you from speaking, you from saying things, but they're allowed to say whatever they want. And that's why they change the definition of racism. Because they're racist, they'll say something racist, and then go, but it's not racism because we have non-quantifiable power. They claim they're not in power. Well, if you can wield authority over someone and silence someone, get them fired from their job, you do have power over them. In which case, are you now racist? So let's see how this concludes. Following the backlash, Todd told Campus Reform that she edited her post and removed the phrase, "No, it's a legal term." After I heard that there was some of my constituents who were upset with what I posted, I edited it and took out the part that had the term in it. The student leader told Campus Reform, I left the rest of the post there, though. It was a caption to go with my updated profile picture, which had a Kobach banner on it, which is why I think people who weren't my friend on Facebook were able to see it. I didn't realize that was possible. The backlash didn't stop there. The issue Bulletin student newspaper reported Thursday that the Student Senate tried but failed to impeach Todd over her remarks using legal language. The paper also reported that ASG's Diversity and Inclusion Committee is now calling for Todd to resign. In a statement to Campus Forum on Monday, Todd made clear that resigning is not in her plan. I was apologetic to the students whom my post affected negatively because I never want to inflict pain on others, she said. Now I am still dedicated to representing the ESU students. I am not going to step down because I am committed to creating a diverse campus at ESU, not only in culture, but in thought as well. Emporia State University did not respond to a comment. And there you have it. They actually tried to impeach her, but thank God they failed. Oh my God. Could you imagine? College is supposed to be a place where young people are advancing, they're maturing, they're understanding how the world works, but they're certainly not doing that. That's what they're supposed to be doing, they're not doing. College is a scam. My God. I at this point, anybody who believes college is valuable in most capacities is either lying, is either just completely ignorant, or they must be trying to sell you something, okay? Because here's what we know. College students have massive debt they struggle to pay off for years. The college student loan bubble is massive. It's going to burst, and it's going to be a nightmare for everybody. And stories like this of people who are like, oh, well, she used a legal term that's offensive. Are you kidding me? You're going to leave this college. Young people, listen to me. You're going to leave college. You're going to go to work, okay, one day, and some guy's going to use a racial slur, and you're going to say, hey, man, I don't appreciate that. And he's going to say, yeah, screw off. Do something about it. You're gonna go on Craigslist, right? And you're gonna be like, man, I really need someone to, I need to hire a contractor to help me work on the house. And a guy's gonna come over and he's gonna say something about Trump or MAGA or illegal alien. You're gonna be like, excuse me, sir, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't say illegal alien. And he's gonna be like, do you want me to do the work in your house or not? Right? But ultimately, I think it's kind of a bad analogy. Money talks, BS walks. You're gonna, someone's gonna, let's say you got a guy who's like, I'm gonna hire you for a job, and he says a bunch of nasty things. Are you gonna refuse the money because he said the word illegal alien? I'm using this phrase specifically because, look, I get it. If someone's using racial slurs, if someone's, actually bigoted and racist, I probably wouldn't want to associate with them either. But the term illegal alien is not intended to be offensive. It's not a slur. It's a legal term. It is literally in law, like the word is used. If you're going to get offended at things that aren't intended to be offensive, then you're out of luck, okay? I strongly recommend, if you know anybody like this, if your kids are like this, take them camping, okay? Take them camping, give them a compass, and then just leave. And just give them a few minutes to try and figure things out for themselves, because they need some hardship to not be so sensitive anymore. Obviously, I'm not advocating stranding your family member or friend in the forest. I'm just saying they need some time to work out on their own how to solve problems, because this is not how you do it. You can't be offended at everything. You're going to go onto the world. Imagine what would happen if these people went to China, for Christ's sakes. Like, way more racist. Are you going to go and demand they do something? They're not going to tell you to screw off. Anyway, I got more videos coming up on this channel in a few minutes, so stick around.